Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So in today's video, we're going to cover the middle of December to the end of the month. So this reading will cover December 15th through the 31st, 2025 for all the water signs. So that would be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So let's see what's going on for all you water signs for the middle to the end of December. Quite curious to see what's going on for you. Please take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, because a lot of water signs will be watching this, and everyone has, different circumstances. So it might resonate with you, it might not. And please hit that like button. It helps the channel to grow, and it also helps get this information out to other water signs that might need to see it. And please hit subscribe if you haven't. That way you'll get future videos I put out. It also helps the channel to grow when you hit subscribe, but that way you'll get future videos I put out, because sometimes I do, and I always do the monthly, mid-monthly readings. Sometimes I do extra readings, special readings. That way you'll get them all. And I am very grateful for all my subscribers and all the support for the channel from all my subscribers. So let's see what is going on for water signs. I always like to do a good shuffle. So what is the energy for the water signs for the middle of December 15th, December 31st, 2025. Okay, I feel like that's it. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so we've got the Hierophant. Ooh, the Nine of Pentacles. Death. We've got the Ten of Swords. Okay, looks like there's some stuff going on here. Queen of Pentacles. Let's see. Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. All right. So I don't know. It looks like you've got some stuff going on, water signs. So it looks like you're leaving something behind. So it's like you're in a transition. So you're ending something and starting a new beginning. So this card, if you look, it's like death. So he's leaving things that have died behind, and then, but if you look in the front, see if yeah. So here's someone laying on the ground, right? I don't know if you can see it real well, but then you've got the sun back here. So it's like ending, new beginning. So you're in this transitional stage right now. You're in the process of ending something and moving forward with a new beginning. And this is you right now. And I feel now that's in the past. So it's like you've already been working on this. You're already been in this transitional period of endings and new beginnings coming into the middle of the month of December. But I feel like you're still kind of working with it. You're still in that transitional, you're still ending things and new beginnings. And this is you, water sign. So you could very well be in like kind of like you're in this mode of kind of getting everything together that you need. So you're being very logical right now. You're figuring things out. And it could very well be that you're dealing like with a court case or something like that. And so you're gathering up your evidence. You're getting everything ready that you need to. Um, that could be for some of you. And this could also be you're going through it like the ending of a relationship, like a marriage, and going into a new beginning of being a single person. So it depends, or it could be both. It could be, you're ending a marriage, going into being single, but you're dealing with like a divorce, so that could be that. But I feel like you're not letting your emotions control you through this. It's like you're being very logical about it and trying, and I know that sometimes it's hard when you're going through these big transitions in life, but you're trying to be very matter of fact. Like, I need to do this, I need to do that, and you've got a list, and working on that list, and you're being very logical about how you handle it. And your situation is, you're doing pretty good. I mean, you've got the Nine of Pentacles here. You're in a good place. So it could very well be that you're, you're leaving behind a marriage type situation. Or even if it is like a court case, or you're dealing with something, like it's like you're in a very sovereign, independent place. You're doing good. You're in a very abundant place. And it's like you kind of got your ducks in a row. You're in a good place with all of that. So maybe if it is a marriage, I'm feeling like you're already separated. You might not be totally divorced yet, but you're already separated, and you're, enjoying being single, sovereign and out of that situation. But the atmosphere is the ending of this cycle. So whatever it is, in the past, you might have been transitioning, and maybe now, the middle of December to the end of December, you're finally closing out that cycle of whatever that was in the past. Like if it is a marriage or a relationship, you're ending that cycle. And it's like you're just surrendering to it. It's kind of like you've done everything you can do. You've done everything you can do, like maybe the legal stuff, paperwork, getting everything together. And like maybe because I kind of feel like this is a marriage. I feel like that's what's going on. It's like the end of a marriage. Yeah, it's what I'm definitely picking up here, that this is the end of a relationship. And you are, you've done everything you can do. And you're in this single happy energy right now. But you've kind of surrendered. And what I mean by that is you've done everything you can do. You're ending this cycle, and you're just kind of like, whatever happens, happens. You're kind of like emotionally detaching from it. You're trying to just surrender to kind of to the universe, surrender to like, you know, just let things, work out the way they're meant to, kind of. But you're surrendering to it. You're not letting your emotions get the best of you. And this is kind of in the current energy. This is happening right now. But you're not. So maybe you're in a transition earlier in the year, ending of a situation and starting a new beginning of, being single. But it's kind of like, maybe between now and the end of the month, things get finalized. It's like you finalize the divorce or the separation or whatever. And it's like that's the ending of that cycle. And it's kind of like, but I feel it's more like it would be a divorce than a separation. But it's kind of like, it's the end of the cycle, and boom, it's done. It's like that ten's there. It's done. You surrendered. It's over. Um, Okay, and what I'm hearing is you might not, part of the surrender might be like if you're in a divorce situation and you're in court or you're working with a lawyer, it might be like you don't get everything you want out of the settlement, but you're like, look, I'm in a good place, and so you're just willing to surrender that and just to let it be done. That's another thing I'm hearing. So that could be for some of you. You're like, well, I'm not going to fight over little stuff and drag this out for 6 more months. You're like, I'm just going to surrender it and just move on. Hold on, let me get a drink. So that could very well be what's going on. Um, in the near future, because that was the current energy I just showed you. In the near future, I've got this Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like you're coming out of this in a good place in the near future. Like when this is cycle's ending, right? You got the 10 here. Surrendering, it's the 10. And and it's done. I mean, you see he's got 10 swords in his back. It's done, right? So moving forward, it's all finished. So moving forward, it's like you're in a good place in the near future. So this is a near future. It hasn't happened yet, but this is what's coming your way, water signs. So you're going to be like this Queen of Pentacles. You're going to have nice pentacle on your lap. You're going to be very wise, and you're going to be in a good place like a queen. Wise, have her stuff together, be abundant. So I feel like, this is the Nine of Pentacles, single and sovereign, but you're going to kind of transform when this is over in the near future into the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like you're going to have wisdom. So you're still going to be like single and sovereign, but you're going to have wisdom. You're going to be in a good place, is what I'm feeling. Like you're going to have wisdom and, and experience because of everything you've been through, but you're going to have a nice pentacle. See how she's got that nice pentacle in her lap? So even if you have to surrender some things in the settlement, it's like moving forward in the near future, you're going to be in a better place. Even though it might be, maybe right now it might be like you might have to give some things up, but it's like I feel like you're going to be able to kind of rebuild that. You're going to be able to rebuild that, what you've lost in the past is what I'm seeing. Um, the energy, the advice cards, I'm sorry, that I have for you, water signs, this is one of them. So you've been working on this for a while. Like maybe, this has been going on, this ending, this transition has been going on for a year or two. It could be going on for a while and it's finally coming to a close, but it's like you've been working on this for a while and you're waiting to see. And I feel like you've been planning this for a while to be in a single type energy. And it's like, you've planted your pentacles a while ago and you're waiting for, you were waiting for them to come up so you could finalize this process through the transition. So you've been working hard, but you're like waiting for them to come up. Like you were waiting. Um, and there might be more, like you might have planted some things. Maybe like you've made some, I'm hearing investments. So maybe you made some investments and you're waiting for those investments to grow. And then when this situation's over, it's gonna come in for you and be bountiful, and then your abundance, it's gonna help it grow. So maybe that's how, maybe investments of some type is how you recover from any what you've lost in a settlement is through investments. Yeah, I really feel like this is like a divorce type situation is really what I'm strongly feeling here. But I feel like it's yeah, I'm hearing investments and I feel like it's investments that you put together like you started a while back. So maybe in a settlement, you get to keep those investments, or maybe they're separate from the shared financial assets. But it's like those investments come to bear, so to speak. They come to a point where they help you recover. Um, that's interesting. Never had that happen with investments. I that information pops to me, downloads to me. It's interesting. Investments. And it could be any kind. I don't necessarily feel like it could be like investment. Hold on, I'm getting more here. Investment like in a business of some type, or it doesn't necessarily have to be like traditional investments like mutual funds or things like that. It could be you invested in something long before, like maybe you knew that this end was coming to this relationship and you invested in something for yourself to kind of bear fruition when it's all over. Like maybe that's what was going on. But I'm feeling like it doesn't have to be traditional investments. It could be like you invested in a business with somebody or something like that. Interesting. I've never had investments come through, but I never had that before, but that happens. And also the other advice card I have for you, water signs, is this Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like this is what you're getting into. So when this is all said and done and you're in this Queen of Pentacles energy, this is you. Like you're going to go from this, from being, in this situation that wasn't good to being in a 10 of cups. And okay, for some of you, it's like you're gonna be happily single in that Queen of Pentacles energy in the near future. Like you're gonna be happy there. For some of you, you might meet somebody else down the road, and that will put you in that ten of cups. But it doesn't necessarily mean that like all of you are going to be in a new relationship. Because for some of you, you're going to be in a 10 of cups and be single and be on your own. You're not going to want to be in a relationship. For some of you, you're going to meet somebody, but it's going to be down the road, after all this is over and you're single but you might end up in the next couple years in a 10 of cups situation with somebody. Yeah. So that's what I'm hearing. So for some of you, it's a new relationship coming in down the road. And I'm talking, not right away. I'm feeling it's going to be more like at least a year or two from the ending of this relationship, maybe longer. But don't rush into anything, take your time. But also, I feel for some of you, you're just going to be happy single because some people don't want to be in a relationship. They're just happy being single. So for some of you, you're going to be your own 10 of cups. You're going to be happy being single, but it just depends, on each person. But that's what I feel. So it looks like you're going to get through this and you're going to come out like in a really good place, you know, down the road. But I feel like you're finishing this up now. Um, Finishing it up now. And it might not, for some of you, this might carry on into January, February. Like it might not completely end. This cycle might not completely be over with this old relationship by the end of the year, but you're like really close to it. I feel like if it's not completely over by the end of December, it's going to be just a little bit past that. I feel like you're, pretty much on the very tail end of it being finished up. But that's what I have for you, water signs. So just hang in there because you got some good stuff coming in. So just hang in there. You'll get through this because you are going to get through it because I see this Queen of Pentacles here. So you're going to end up in a good place. Even though right now might be very stressful, you're going to end up in a good place. Um, so just hang in there. But that's what I have for you, water signs. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.